Ladies, gentlemen, and every magnificent thing between and outside, this is the Envoy of Kairos, here to bring Speedpaints back to the channel, and starting with a crossover in tribute to the latest two games I completed for the channel. You see, during the process of playing Legend ZA and Metroid Prime 4, I realized Samus and Zygarde have surprisingly similar stories and MOs. They're both cannon-wielding guardians, who have a habit of going to new places, getting split up and losing all their power, overcoming many trials across the land in the process of learning and assimilating its powers and wisdom, then putting themselves back together stronger than ever to take on world-ending threats. Seeing the similarities, I couldn't help but consider the idea of Samus wearing a Varia suit upgrade made from Zygarde cells, putting their power together to create a nearly perfect guardian of all worlds. But I couldn't just stop there. I had to give Samus a full team, entirely her own, that fully represents her history, skills, and identity. And so, I began production of what I now call Midgard Suit Samus, Intergalactic Pokemon Master. Designing Samus' new suit for this was a bit of a challenge. I needed to include as many aspects of both as I could, so working a lot of hexagons into the design was definitely necessary, as well as having primary green accents with a bit of red and blue bifurcated. Since the idea here is that Zygarde combined with the Varia suit to do this, 100% Zygarde's serpentine tentacles are also present. But it didn't feel necessary to add the tail on top of that. A tail just doesn't work with Samus's design and silhouette. Maybe if I were to try a less complicated piece as a remake for this someday, I might add a cloak made of Zygarde cells in place of the tail. Choosing Samus' individual party members was also a bit of a challenge. I originally had 12 potential options in mind and had to cut the list in half, although now I'm having some trouble remembering the earliest ones I cut. The cut list included Mandibuzz because the Chozo are depicted as featherless birds, Magneton as a representative of her ship as well as a nearly identical shape to Magnezone, Electrode as a potential representative of the Morph Ball, and Porygon 2 to represent Atom. So I must have pretty great reasons for the 6 I did keep, right? Well, first we have Genesect, both ancient and new, natural and artificial, genetically modified and mechanically enhanced, with a cannon capable of 5 different damage types. It's a near-perfect fit for the Varia suit, especially post-fusion, when it becomes even more techno-organic. I feel like Genesect would willingly follow Samus, seeing her as a kindred spirit. But of course, there's a second kindred spirit here, who wields the power of spirits. Alolan Marowak may seem like an odd choice here at first, but then you must recall Samus' earliest history and the moments we rarely see in the games. She's an orphan twice over, wearing the last remnants of her people, and after Dread, carrying their will and spirit with her. Once more, Samus finds a Pokemon that relates to her on a deeply personal level. The last of the more personal ones is, of course, the Reuniclus. Many fans of both Pokemon and Metroid can tell you that Reuniclus is the closest thing we currently have to a Metroid, and Samus' bond with the baby Metroid is something that can never be understated. She will always recall it both fondly and with deep sorrow. Now, she has the closest thing to it that she can find, added to her party, ready to back her up with some familiar psychic abilities, recalling her latest adventures on Vuros. The remaining 3 are more about her skills, of course. Armor Rouge is the spitting image of Varia's suit Samus, and similarly wields a rather powerful cannon with a myriad of shot types and some additional psychic abilities. Minior is a perfect representation of Zero Suit Samus, so of course I had to go with the blue Minior, and show it in the process of discarding its shell. Lastly, we have Whirlipede, the only one not fully evolved, but I did need some representation of her Morph Ball, and Samus does have quite a long history with similar bugs as enemies throughout her franchise, so I'm sure she'd be eager to tame a far stronger one of her own, if given the opportunity. As for the production process, I decided to try out a new method here, and I'm actually very happy with it. I wanted to focus more on using lighting and shading to differentiate between parts of a character, so I made them all in singular layers and did my best to control and sharpen the lighting and shading as needed. In the end, I'm actually very happy with this experiment. I think I'll be sticking to this method whenever applicable, for a while at least. The high contrast lighting from all the light sources here really makes them pop too, doesn't it? So, here we have Midgard suit Samus, wielding the almighty power of Zygarde, backed by a magnificent team of very capable Pokemon she knows like the back of her hand, because their power, their skills, are also her own. Every one of them is a dear friend and extension of her, gladly fighting side by side against cosmic threats of all kinds across the universe. Well, that's enough rambling from me for now. I'm off to record more Hytale, and then start some speed paints for my channel's next big original content project. Keep your eyes peeled. It's gonna be one hell of an adventure. Thanks for watching, guys, and please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Envoy of Kairos for many more videos, ranging from gameplay to speed paints, my original Pokemon region, game concepts, and much more. And do try to remember the words of Kairos. Embrace every opportunity to better yourself and the world. You never know when a leap of faith will change your life for the better. See you again soon.